In this tutorial, I am going to show you what is pagination and how to work with pagination. I will completely make a pagination system in PHP from scratch. So let's start. What is pagination? Pagination in PHP is actually a technique where you can split a large set of information into multiple set of pages, and this will improve the user experience, and it helps down to break large amount of data in smaller manageable chunks. Actually, what are the advantages? The advantages is it will improve the user experience, as you will see that for example 10 information in one page. So if you have thousands of information, it will not load all the 1000 information in one single page. It will just break down. For example, in each page it will show 10 information or 20 information like this. If you go to any popular website, for example, I am going to Google. So if you search for anything, PHP tutorials, for example, I am going to show you something. So here you see that in the first page there are some information, and then in the bottom there is, you see that page number 1, page number 2. I show actually a lot of information in the first page, but in normally you will get 10 information into first page or like so. So you see that Google itself use the pagination here. This is in the first page. If you click on 2, then it will load data in the second page. So this is actually the concept of pagination. And here another advantage of pagination is the faster page load times. That means if there are a large amount of information in your database table, for example, you have 1 million information, 1 million users. So if you load all the 1 million user into a single page, it will take a lot of time to load the page. But if you just break down the 1 million user to show for example 100 users in a page or 50 users in a page, then it will make the page loading faster, very faster. And the better data management. Pagination allows for better organization and management of data, make it easier to search, sort, etc. Increase usability. Pagination adds navigation links, make it easier to move between pages. So you can go page number 2, page number 3, page number 1, etc. pages you can frequently move. And reduce the server load. By breaking down data into smaller chunks, pagination can reduce the amount of data sent to the server, which can help to reduce the server load and improve the performance of your application. So okay, this is actually the theoretical part. I am now going to do my coding. Okay, so this is a database connection code. My database name is testdb001, and this is this one, and here a table is students. You see that here are many students. I added total 17 students in here. So for example, I will load 4 students in a page. Okay, 4, then another 4 in a page, another 4 in a page. So total 17 students will be shown into 5 pages, right? So I will apply the pagination in this system. So first name, last name and email, these are the total 3 fields here. So let's start to work with the pagination. If I want to show all the data here, what will be happen? For example, here I am going to call a HTML, and here I am going to show all the data. So here I am going to call, for example, a div, and here I am going to put the username. Okay, so for example, I am going to load data, PHP code here, PHP block, and I am going to get all the data from the students table. So first I will show you all the data loads into here. So select all from the students table, and I am not going to tell anything here like this. And here it will be, for example, all the data. So fetch all, fetch assoc, this is okay. I am going to show the name first, so echo. So for example, the name and email. So I am going to make it very easy, very easier, not going to make it complex. So here, for example, the row of student first name. So first name will be here and the last name will be here. I will concat this to with a space, and this will be actually my student name, first name space last name. This is actual name. And another one I am going to give here, that is student email. So email will be for example .row, and here email will be here. After that, and I am going to do one thing, that is I am going to make bring this into a div, and I am going to end this div, and here I am going to get this data. Here I am going to call a style margin bottom for example 10 pixel. So a basic style I am going to give here, and here I am going to make a background. So background is for example this DDD, this color. Okay, so now I am going to show you the information here. You see that all the data are coming here, no padding here. So I am going to give here a padding, that is padding will be 20 pixel. Okay, so all the data are here. Now I am going to reload the page. You see that total all the students are coming in this page. And here I am going to make one thing in the body. I am going to make a div here, and I am going to make a div. Okay, so this div content style style equal to wide 400 pixel. Then I am going to give here margin 0 auto. So I am going to make it in the middle. Okay, like this. Okay, so after name I can give the email in another line. So here I can make a beer tag I am going to use here. So this will be here. Okay, so all the 20 students are given here. Now I am going to make a heading to the top. That is for example I am going margin top and bottom here 20 pixel, and here is a h2 tag student list. So it will be like this, student list. So all the students are showing here, so name and email. Okay, good. Now what I will do, I will now start making the pagination and do code with the pagination. So let's go here, and I am going to the top here in this position, so PHP, and here I am going to do something. I am going to specify a variable, that is per page, which amount of data I want to show per page. For example, this is 4. I want to show the 4 data per page. Now I am going to call the select information also here, and from here I will get the total data. So in order to get the total data here, so I will call here select all from students. So here I am going to remove it, and the total will be okay. I am going to remove all. So total equal to a statement. Instead of a statement I call it a smaller name q. Okay, so total is here. So what is the value of total? I am going to show you the total value, how many information are here. So let's check it. You see that total 17 information are here. So total 17 students are here in this position. Okay, that's good. Now what I will do, now I will show that, for example, when I will be in the top of the pages, but here I am going to show one thing. For example, total page is 4, right? But how many data will be per page? That is 4. How many pages will be there? If in one single page there is 4 data, then from the 17 data, how can we get how many pages will be here? That means what will be total pages? I will call a variable, and here what will be here? So I will need that total pages, right? So total pages means total. For example, there are total 17 data, and in each page there are 4 data. If I divide by it, so what I will get? 17 divided by 4. If I run this operation, what I will get? So just go to run the echo. So here what will be the result? If I run it in my browser, you see that 4.25. 4.25 means 4 pages plus 0.25. If I use the ceil function here, if I use the ceil, that means total 5 pages will be here, right? For example, as there is 17 data in the first page, there will be 4 data, second page 4 data, third page 4 data, fourth page 4 data. So there is total 16 data, and another 1 data will go to another page, right? So this one, so total there will be 5 pages. If it divided by 4 does not make any fraction, for example, if that total data was 16, what would happen? Then in that case the number of pages will be 4. So that means I can easily use the ceil to get the total pages, right? So here total pages will be actually ceil, and this 4 will be per page, and the 16 here it will be actually total. Total means what I get from the students table, that total will be here. So if there is a fraction, it will get the next full value. Okay, so in this way I easily can get total pages. So I can get here how many total pages are here. So let's check it. So total pages will be, what will be the number of pages? That is 5. So the total 17 data will be equally distributed in the 5 pages. If per page value I give 7, what will happen? 7, 7, 14, and then 3 another. Then total pages will be total 3, right? So 3. So it is working. I go back to the 4. That is okay for now. Now I am going to make it off. Okay. Now I will get to make an anchor. For example, when it will be a pagination, then I will call like this, p equal to 1. So here p equal to 1 means, for example, the page number 1. P equal to 2 means it is page number 2. In this way I want to do the programming, right? So here, in order to get the pagination links, what I will do, I am first going to make the pagination links for my better understanding. So here I will check how many pages. So here there are total pages, so I can easily call a for loop here where I equal to 1, and then I call I less than equal to total pages, and then I will call I plus plus. So here, and I will make an anchor tag here. For example, I call a anchor a href equal to this, and it will be ended. Here I will show the value of the I, what will be here, right? So let's check it, the value of I, and here in there I will concat it. Or here I can do one thing. What is actually my URL? My main URL is up to index.php, so I am going to copy it straight. I am going to call it, okay, so index.php, and then question p equal to, you know, here it will be shown like question p equal to, so it will go up to that is total pages. So here I can easily put the value of I. So here if I want to put the value of I, what I will do, so here I will just concat it. For example, like this, it will be I. So value of I will be this, and I will be shown here. So now I can try to view it in here. You see that total 5 pages will be here, and these are the anchors. There is actually no links here. What I can do, I can make it a little bit better. Links. So a dot links, I am going to give here a style a dot links, wide 20 pixel, height 20 pixel. I am not sure it will work or not. A dot links, right? So a dot links, wide this, height this. I am going to increase this 40 pixel. No, it is not working. A dot links, this is actually a class equal to links, style equal to, this CSS is not getting. I am going to inspect the element what is here. So let's check it. If I go to inspect the elements, what is going, this is actually not okay. Display inline property is blocking this. So display inline block, inline, not inline block, I can use it. Okay, so let's check it. Yeah, it is working. So I can give here, that is text decoration none, and background, a background I can set here, for example light blue. So light blue. Now I am going to refresh it. That's good. Now I am going to make it line height 40 pixel, and then text align center, and then here I am going to put the color, for example black, font size for example 20 pixel, and I want to have a margin right 5 pixel. Okay, let's try it. Yeah, it looks good. So this is actually the student list, and here margin bottom I am going to give here margin bottom 20 pixel. Now I am going to check. Yeah, it is working. So in the first page, if I click here, it will go p equal to 1. If I click here, p equal to 2. If I click here, p equal to 3. If I click here, p equal to 4. If I click here, p equal to 5. So it is good and it is working, right? So now what I can do after that? So let's go to the coding again. I am going to remove it. Okay. So I just put the anchor links here, and I hope you have understood how I have worked with that. Now when I am going to click on the p equal to 1, then what information will be shown in front of me? That means I am going to give some example here. For example, I have the page number 1. That means when p equal to 1, when p is going to be 1, then what will happen? How many data? You see that per page 4 data will be shown. So the ID number 1, student ID number 2, 3, 4 will be shown. When p equal to 2, then what will be happen? Then 5, 6, 7, 8 will be shown. When p equal to 3, then what will happen? 9, 10, 11, 12 will be shown, right? So each time when p equal to 1 or 2, then from where the ID will be started to show. That means a starting point here is 1, here is 5, here is 9. So I will have to make a relationship. I will have to create a formula here, right? So what can be a start here? So start value will be what, and here what will be the start value, and here for example I am going to give what will be the start value. So when I equal to 1, I will not be able to understand it easily. I am going to p equal to 2, then it is easily understandable. For example, for 2 it is 5, for 3 it is 9. So what is the formula? Here per page the data is 4, so I am going to write 4. For example, 4 into when p equal to 2, then I need 5. So 4 into what can be p? There can be relation with p. So p minus 1. So 2 minus 1. So it is going 4 gun 2. Here p minus 1. What will be happen? So p equal to 3, right? Here p equal to 3, p equal to 2. So 4 into 1 plus 1. 4 into 2 plus 1. 9 means 4 into 2 plus 1. 5 means 4 into 1 plus 1. Yeah. So there it can be a formula here. So here 4 into 2 minus 1 plus 1. 4 into 3 minus 1 plus 1. It can be happen. Let's see that if it is matching or not. 4 into here 2 minus 1, that means 3 minus 1, that means 2. 4 into 2, 8 plus 1, 9. So 9 is the starting point. So here the formula is 2 means actually the value of p, right? And here value of p. And 4 is what? 4 means the start per page. So per page. So 4 means actually per page how many data? That is this variable data. So this is very easy. So what I can do, I can make a start point here. So I am going to use the start variable. This is this one, right? So I am going to copy and paste it. So per page is a variable, p is a variable, but p is not like this. P is what value? I am going via request of this. So this minus 1 and plus 1. So this one. So let's check it. What is the start value? So each time I am going to show the start so that you can understand. So let's check it. I am going to refresh 1. So from here it will be started, so it will show 1 2 3 4. Then in the second page 5 6 7 8, so 5 will be a start value. I go to, yes, 5. In the third page 9, in the fourth page 13. So 1 2 3, fourth page started 13 and fifth page is only 17. So click here 17. Yeah, it is working. So when 1 then 1. But problem is when first time I go nothing, you see that in a warning and error. So I will have to check if the request of P has any value or not. So here I can check if is set. If not is set of request of P. That means if the P has no existence, then the start I will give by default on. Otherwise, else it will be start equal to this one. This is a very good solution here. So let's try it again, refresh, you see that it is 1. So 2 1, when there will be like this question P equal to 1 or P equal to 2, in those cases it will pick the value, and if I remove it, that means there is no existence of P, then it will also come 1. That means from first data it will able to show. So this is a very nice solution. I think you have understood this. Now the problem is how I can understand which post will be shown, right? For example, if I have the queue execute, that means here I can do one thing, that is queue face all, right? So this one I am going to call here that queue of fetch wall, queue of fetch all. So from here I am going to get the data into a res variable, and here for is I am going to pick the data. So pick the data res as row, and then I will get all the post ID. So let's check all the post ID here, that is ID. Now let's check it. I am going to refresh. You will see that all my post IDs are here. I am going to give a gap here, so like this, or new line, not new line, a gap is okay. So you will see that after, okay, here I use the links, so links is here. After that I can also give here a new line, so echo, here I can give a new line. Okay, so let's check it. Oh no, sorry, not here, that is actually will be here. So I can give here a div. So echo, here I am going to give here a div, and here I am going to give here a div. So now let's check it. For example, when I am page 1, I will show this, but it is showing everything. When page 2, when I am going to each page, it is showing every data, but I will not show every data. So how I can solve this issue? In order to solve this issue, for example, I am going to put a variable j into outside the loop, and here I will work like that. When I will be into a loop, then I will put the value of j. J will be incremented here, okay, and then if there is any start value, only then I will start to show it. So here I can show that each time I have a start value. You see that when I am in a particular P page, then I have a start value. So when I am in the second page, for example, then the start value is 5. So when j will be 5, only then it will start to show. But when j equal to 1, it will not be show. When j equal to 2, it will not show data. When j equal to 3, it will not show data. So in this case, I will call this when j is greater than equal to my start value. Only then I will show the echo. Otherwise, that will not be shown here. So this is on logic here. So let's check it if it is showing or not. Refresh. You see that when I am 2, it starts to show 5. When I am 3, it starts to show from 9. When I am 4, it starts to show from here. When I am here, it starts to show from here. So a start value to last value is showing, but problem is I will not show everything here. I will show only 4 data. When I am 3, I will show only 4 data. That means I will have to, when j will be start, here I will have to call another variable. So for example, k equal to 0. When j will start showing data, then I am going to put the value of k, and I will have to limit. For example, when I am going to show one data for j, when it started to show data, so when first time it will show k value will be 1, when second time will be show k value will be 2, or when third time it will be show k the value of k will be 3, in this way. But up to how many? You see that there is a per page, right? So when it will exceed per page, I will stop, I will break from there, I will break the loop. So if the k is greater than per page, then I will break from the loop. So the loop will be exit from for each. So let's check it, refresh. You see that when I am on, only the id on first 4 value will be shown, 1 2 3 4. When I am in the page 2, 5 6 7 8 will be shown, in the 3 9 10 11 12, in the 4 13 14 15 16, in the 5 only 17. So it's working very perfectly. But instead of showing this data, I am going to do one thing, that is I am going to call an array, for example array 1, and I am going to assign the value of this into here, into this row, into this array. Okay, I will initialize the array here. It is an empty array first, and then if I get any data, that will be into my array. What is the benefit of that? I am not going to show the data, so I am going to close this from here. What is the benefit? I have the array. That means when I am in each page, I have the array whose data I will show. So when I am going to show all the data, here I will start using that. How I can work here? Here when I am in the for each loop, I will check if the current id is existing to that array. If that happens, it will show. So for example, if in array, if in array, not in array, if that does not found, I will just continue. So if not in array row of the particular data means id, and if it is not into ARR1 array, then I will just use the continue. Otherwise this information will be shown here. So okay, so here this will be in array like this. Okay, so this will continue. What is the error? Here I will have another one. So if in array this, okay, now it should work. Let's refresh it. You see that Smith, Johnson, Ricardo, Daniel and James. Smith, Ricardo, Daniel, James. When I am going to the second page, Ray, Max, Jessica, Brian. So Ray, Max, Jessica, Brian. So in the third page another 4, in the fourth page another 4, in the 5th page the last one, that is Louis, it is showing. So you say you see that already I have completed my pagination. So this is the pagination, very easy thing. Some people think that a pagination is a very hard thing or a very tough thing. Actually not. This is very easy. I am sure you have understood. Now I will just do one thing, that is a previous link and next link, right? So this is very important in the case of pagination. So where I started to show the data, you see that this one I am now going to cut this, and I want to show that in the bottom, right? So here after the div is completed, so div start where is this the div? Yes. So here I want to show the for loop is okay into here. This one will be here, right? So here in the bottom I just put here. So let's refresh it, it is in the bottom. So normally pagination comes in the bottom like this. Okay, so in the bottom it comes. Now I will create a left link and a right link. So how I can do that? So the left link is actually, for example, like this. I am going to put the class, the same class, that is links, and here it will be, for example, left like this, and here I can call LT, this sample of the left, LT, probably LT. Let's check it if it is working or not. So here I will have to use the anchor, otherwise I cannot call it. So let's check it. So here refresh. No, it is actually not working. So what I can do, double arrow. So it is okay for now. You can style when you will use the CSS. You can use the icon, font, or some icon or other things. I am not going to do with that. And when the last side, it will be here. So in the left there will be a link here, and in the right there will be a link here. So 1 2 3 4 it is okay, but when I will click here, it will go to the previous one, right? So how I can handle this? So let's work with the first thing first. So here it is actually to work in the left. Now I am going to do one thing. You see that when there is nothing here like this, the total pagination will not be shown. But if I use p equal to 1, then what will be in the left link, right? So if nothing is here, then the left link will be disabled, right? So if I am in the first page, if not is set the request of p, then I can just make it hidden. That is possible. So what I can make it class equal to dn or something like that. I am going to this place later. So I am going to call here if is set, that is request. If is set request of p, that means there is something value here. So what I will do here, now if I am in the first page, that means if I am in the first page, that means request of p is value equal to 1. If its value becomes 1, then what will happen? I will call this here, but here there will be actually no anchor, right? So I will not give any anchor here, just it will be shown. For example here. So let's refresh. You see that this is here, but without anchor style will not get. So what I can do, I can make it disabled, href, and here JavaScript void, JavaScript void. That means it will not be clickable. So I am going to make it also disabled. Let's check how it happens. Yes, this is disabled, but you can put the color change, that is not a problem, but this link will not work. You see that it is actually not working, right? Or here what I can do, if this is one, I can also make the background color. So background color can be separate. You can also do that. So background color is disabled color, okay? So like this. So if p equal to 1 means if I am 1, so there will be nothing in the left page. When I am 1, there will be actually page here. If I click here, it will work. So otherwise else, I am going to call this one and I am going to put it here. What will be into href now? You know that this is actually my link p equal to something. So I am going to bring it here. So p equal to what? If I am in the page number 2, so p will be actually the value 1. That means the request of p minus 1, right? So here the p equal to, it will be the request of p minus 1. So here concat, here call the request of p minus 1. So it should work. Now let's try. I am going to 4. So if I click here, you will see that the previous page p equal to 3, there it comes, there it comes, there it comes. Now it is invalid. Okay. Now when I am here, then it is valid. So this is working very well here. Similar thing I will work for the next page. For example, I am going to copy and paste it here, but here it will be next arrow. Next arrow will be here. When I am going to p equal to not 1, it is actually the last page. What will be the last page? The last page will be here. For example, the total pages, right? So I have total pages. So I am when in the last page, that means total pages, then it will be invalid, because after that there is no page. And here it will be p plus 1 except this. So refresh it. You see that when I am in the page number 1, this is invalid. Then I can click here, it is going to the next page and this is enabled. go here, p equal to 3, go here, p equal to 4, go here, this is the last page, so it will not work here. This is JavaScript void. So in this way I can go to left and into the right. So I hope you have understood this well. And when there will be no request like this, what will happen? You see that both are vanished. That means if not is set request, so for the previous, if not is set request, that means else, what will happen? It will when there will be nothing, then it will actually work the disable void system. That means what will be here? This will be here, so I am going to put it here, so disable void. And in the last case here, it will also working like this. So if not is set it, so you can just go that. So if I click here, not here actually, this is actually not needed here. Let's check what is going to be happened. Sorry, here it will be actually this one, right? So here else it will come, +1 will come. Now I am going to refresh. Request of p, if not means there is no request of p, so the first page will come, so p equal to 1 will be here, sorry. So the next will work with p equal to 1, so p will be here 1. So let's check it. So when there is nothing here, it will be invalid and it will take it to the page number 1. Page number 2 will be actually be here. So here when there is nothing, it will be page number 2. So refresh. So I am going to remove it. Okay, nothing is here. When I am going to get here, page number 2, page number 3, 4, 5, like this. Here p equal to 4, 3, 2, 1. So everything is working in the case of the pagination here. I hope you have understood the tutorial very well. There is actually nothing remaining. Okay. So thank you for watching this very important tutorial. When you will work with live project, it will be very helpful for you.